Hey guys, here's my question for today. How much AI is okay to use? Because I feel like there's getting to be two solid camps that are forming out there. On one side, we've got one camp that looks like they're saying that AI is bad all the time. You should never use it. If you use AI, I'm not going to come to your show. And on the other side, I've got another camp over here that's saying that, hey guys, I hear what you're saying about being a music purist, but there's only like so many combinations of chords. So I think we need to start augmenting things and adding as much different processing and synthing and computer modulation as we can. So get on board with all of that. And I feel like there's a lot of people that are stuck in the middle that don't really want to be on either one of those camps, because the reality is that AI is just another tool that we might be able to use. So anyway, my name is Jason Derrick, and this is just another opinion from Loudmouth. Know it all has been, but never was. All right. Anyway, so for me, AI is like any other tool. I think tools can be used for good or for evil. So let's say you get a hammer, you can use that hammer to help build beautiful houses or other structures, or you could use that hammer to go on some type of notorious crime spree. This is kind of where we are with technology, I think, in a constant cycle. So when I was young, because I'm old, we had this thing called an Encyclopedia Britannica. It was a big paper volume kind of thing where we would go get information. Ours was about 10, 20 years out of date, and it was missing at least one or two volumes. And we would have to use that and a typewriter to work on our papers. And even if we hand wrote something, if you made a mistake, you could see every mistake. So you were like really like pushed to make things right the first time. And then we got a computer, and we were allowed to correct our mistakes without having to use whiteout. And I remember my parents almost getting upset with some of this. Same thing for Google. And when we got to the internet age and searching for information, it became so easy to kind of get to a lot of the stuff that the previous generations had to work so hard to get at. And I think that's where we kind of are with AI. It's just the next evolution of tools and stuff that have kind of come along. And so, if you ask me what I am, I would call myself a musician, but I think that word is completely like it's usable in a lot of ways. So, what is a musician to me? A musician to me is somebody who makes music, and I really don't know if it goes farther than that. So if you want to be a purist, you can say like AI bad, and you can be like a total purist over here, where you can be a one of these like concert pianists, or a heavy metal musician, or some of these people that really like. And for me, I think some of these people are, like I said, some of the most gifted athletes that have ever existed. Not just like Olympic runners, but people that can play their instruments, like Neil Peart, or looking at Yngwie Malmsteen, or any of the other just fantastic people that have been able to just do whatever they wanted to do. I'm not saying that they think AI is bad, but I'm saying like the people that think AI is bad look up to those people as like the ones that kind of get that done. There's also like, all your bluegrass musicians and your folk and all that other kind of traditional, like they, almost like an anti-establishment kind of thing and stuff to some degree. And I get that too. The AI is kind of the overlord, the thief that's robbing us of our creativity and stuff like that. But over here on the other side, you've got this other group of people that are really kind of taking technology to the next levels. I mean, like whether it be people like Skrillex and stuff who jump from heavy metal to a new genre like dubstep and different kinds of things like that. But the way that people can take sounds and other types of samples and different kinds of things and turn them into pop songs like Billie Eilish and stuff like that, or whatever Diplo's doing these days and stuff. It's just an amazing amount of technological work that's being done on kind of like this industrial kind of like computer technological level that I think like these two camps sometimes don't always see eye to eye with each other. So for me, I think like I end up with a couple different problems where we live in this world of relative isolation. I think loneliness is a real problem these days, partly due to the fact that we do have the ability to do so much of this stuff on our own. We don't need each other as much. I'm getting ready to release an album here on July the 1st, and it's all me. I was able to use these tools in the studio to get it all done by myself. I don't think it's as good as what it would be if I had other people working on it with me, but I think it's really good. I think it's fantastic for what it is. But we now end up in a world where we can do these things by ourselves, and should we? I think that's ultimately the question. So I don't think that I do my best work by myself. I think I need to do work by myself. I think it's really good to get that stuff done, but I don't see AI as either a good thing or a bad thing. I think if you overuse AI, it's going to show, and I think you'll know. Like, if the only tool you ever use for any project is a hammer around your house, it's going to show, and it's going to start to look pretty rough after a while. But if you allow yourself to go to the hardware store and purchase the newest, coolest tool that you may not use for every single project, one day you might need it for something that is useful or something like that. So for me, I'm going to use AI for what it is. I will use it to kind of help me find new ideas, to help edit things, to help do whatever. But I'm going to write in all kinds of different ways. Sometimes I will write from the ground up using nothing but acoustic models. Sometimes I will start with samples. Sometimes it'll be, who knows? I don't know, but I'm not going to limit myself personally on any way that I think that I can make a song or something that I feel that is enjoyable to me. And that's kind of where I'm at with it these days. So let me know what you think about why I'm totally wrong down in the comments. And it'd be great to have a good argument with you. I don't know. Maybe you understand what I'm trying to get at. Maybe you don't. But I think AI is probably going to be here to stay in some form or another. So I'm going to learn how to use it for whatever I can use it for. I'm not going to use it for everything, but if I can find something that it helps me with, then I guess I'm gonna. Anyway, talk to you guys next time.